The corruption of the federal court system is one of the greatest dangers that we face. And the corruption goes right to the top, to Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, an unelected bureaucrat who has dictator-like control over corrupt federal courts. For years, ethically despicable politics have been rammed down our throats by corrupt federal judges. For instance, how did we end up with men marrying men in America? Did Congress pass a law making it legal? No, they did not. They knew the American people would crucify them if they even suggested something like that. Did the American people go on election day and vote to have same-sex marriage? No. A few states tried it, and it was overwhelmingly voted down. Even California said no to homosexual marriage. So why is the United States now Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0? Corrupt federal judges. They banged their gavels and made homosexual marriage the law in America. Oh, but Bill, judges have no power to make law. Only Congress can do that. Well, welcome to John Roberts' Union of Corrupt Judges who are working with a corrupted Department of Justice to violate the Constitution and to tear down everything good in America. With the prosecution/persecution of President Trump, they are destroying free and fair elections, without which American freedom cannot survive. The moral foundations of this nation are being torn down. For 230 years, the Bible was the #1 textbook in all American schools. The first United States Congress printed Bibles for use in public schools. Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson insisted that the Bible be taught in American schools because they knew a morally decent education was the best way to give young people a good start in life. So, if the men who wrote the United States Constitution insisted on those things, how can they possibly be unconstitutional? Obviously, they are not. But corrupted federal judges banged their gavels and outlawed the teaching of our Christian heritage and Christian morality in American schools. Those schools are now cesspools of moral filth and violence. Teddy Roosevelt said, "To educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a menace to society." That is what John Roberts and his Union of Corrupt Judges has given the USA. Roberts doesn't do TV interviews and he doesn't make public speeches. He just kind of lurks in the background like a malignant tumor. But make no doubt about it, he is the leader of the judicial cancer that is coming from federal judges working in cooperation with Biden's corrupted Department of Justice. The prosecution of Donald Trump on fake, baseless charges, and the sadistic persecution of the J6 defendants, locked up for years on fake insurrection charges, most of them convicted because their cell phone records said that they were in the vicinity of the Capitol building. It is outrageously unconstitutional that these political witch hunts are taking place in America. If the John Roberts courtroom cancer is allowed to continue, that road leads to the launching of similar witch hunts against any citizen who dares to challenge the wickedness of Washington, D.C. Oh, but Bill, the United States Congress has authority to rein in or even impeach federal judges. And there we have problem number 2. The Democrats in Congress love their corrupt judges because that is how they force their depraved politics on people who would never vote for such filth. And Republican congressmen do nothing but talk. They will never, ever challenge the corrupt judge cancer that is killing the USA. There's only one thing that can stop this madness, and that is the American people rising up to declare in one loud, unified voice, no more. We will not tolerate it. But sadly, we've lost the Tea Party rallies that were so effective a few years ago. We are losing our voice in the public square. But the God and country American spirit is still alive and well out there, and we are bringing back the rallies. American decency rallies are rising up to celebrate everything good about the USA and to say, leave the children alone. And, this is important, The Bible in Ephesians 5:11 says, "Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them." The first step in stopping evil is to expose it and call it out by name. We're going to expose the schemes of people like John Roberts and put them on notice that we, the people, are now wide awake and taking action. The first American Decency Rally will be in St. Johns County, Florida. Details are being worked out now. A crowdfunding site is in place to provide the financial strength for us to get into the battle. Go to gogetfunding.com, American Decency Rallies. I'll put a clickable link in the description below. Let's get this team together and let's get into the battle.